Hi everyone, I'm Dreammaker Hillary.
And I'm Dreammaker Jen.
And today we are looking at why you should stay on Disney property or Universal property when you go to Orlando, Florida.
I think one of the top reasons to stay on property when you're either at Universal or at Disney is the location. You are closest to the parks and closest to all the great excitement that's going on every day, which cuts down on a lot of time.
Yeah, travel time getting to and from your hotel to the parks is very simple. And a big part of that too is getting into the transportation options that Disney and Universal both offer at the resorts. So for example, with Disney, right away, as soon as you step off that plane, Disney offers Disney's Magical Express, which is their free transportation from the airport. And it gets you right into that spirit of Disney. You're hopping on a Disney bus. You have videos of the characters and everything.
Fantastic.
It's great. What are some other transportation options for that?
Well, at Disney, there are so many depending on what resort you are staying at. They have boats, buses, monorails, and the all-new gondola system that is just about to open.
Yes, the Disney Skyliner, that's going to be at select resorts, and you'll be able to get to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. It's really fast. I'm excited.
I'm so excited too. And the best thing about the entire transportation system at Walt Disney World is that it's quick, painless, and it's free, which, trust me, comes in handy when you're already spending a lot of money on all kinds of different souvenirs and things at the parks.
Yes, and I think too, again, heading back to the location, it really cuts down on that transportation time, because I don't know if any of you have tried to actually get out of the park after Wishes or Happily Ever After. It takes a long time to get off property. So having your hotel right there and hopping on the bus, it's a short drive back. With Universal too, Universal has a bus system, which is great. And I think even better, it has walking paths.
Oh, it is fantastic. When you say the deluxe Universal Resort, you can walk to the park. And I mean, it is a short walk. Or if you're a little tired that day and you don't want to, they also have a fantastic boat system that drops you right off between both parks.
Yeah, it's nice and it's simple and it's easy. And after a long day on your feet or with a stroller and kids, you just want to get back to your hotel and get to bed. And I think transportations at both Walt Disney World and Universal is one of the biggest draws for staying on property. I think that covers transportation. I think one of the best things that especially Disney and Universal offers are their Fast Pass options and their Express Pass options. And when you stay at both a Disney resort and a Universal resort, you get priority access with those.
Which really comes in handy. So for Universal, when you are staying on property, you get a 1 hour early entry to either park, depending on what park's opening early that day. And then if you're staying on property with Disney, there will be a variety of different parks, different days that either have early morning hours before everyone else gets in, or late hours, which can be really handy for those teens and young adults.
Yeah, I think getting early access to the parks is fantastic, and it gives you extra time. So you don't have to stress about your day of trying to cram everything in. You know you have that buffer zone there. And then Fast Pass system at Disney, when you book Fast Passes, if you aren't staying at a Disney resort, you get 30 days before your travel date to book your Fast Passes. If you're staying at a Disney resort, you get 60 days before to book your passes. So that's a whole month.
That's a whole month of extra time to book some of the popular rides like Flight of Passage and Slinky Dog Dash. And then if you stay at a deluxe Universal resort, you get unlimited Express Pass. That means almost every ride, you get a special line just because you're staying at a deluxe resort.
Right, and that's included. You can purchase that separately. However, having it included in the price can really make the difference. I know when I quote clients for Universal, sometimes I'll quote them the value resorts, and then if you put the Express Pass on top of it, it's actually better for them to move up to a deluxe resort to have the unlimited Express Pass included, just because pricing is better.
Well, and everyone's on a budget of some kind on vacation. So if you can get these extra perks that help you get through the parks faster and get through your day more comfortably with less hassle, I think it's a great thing.
And then I think if we look at other perks, one of my favorite perks staying at a Disney resort is getting the Magic Band. I love the Magic Band. So a Magic Band is your everything when you're there. It is your resort, your room key. It is your park passes. It is your fast passes. It is your photo pass. You can even attach a credit card to it. So you literally don't have to go into the park with anything but maybe your phone, your ID, and your Magic Band.
Oh, it's fantastic. And it comes in all kinds of different colors. And there's also specialty bands if you want to customize with your favorite character or a special event going on at the park at that time.
So you can buy them separately when you're at the park, but when you stay at a resort, it's automatically included for you, which is great.
Another great budget saving tip for staying on property.
Exactly, yeah. And then I think if we look at dining packages, so when you stay at a Disney resort, you can book a vacation package that includes the Disney dining plan. So the Disney dining plan, there's a few different versions of it, but the main dining plan gets everyone in your party one quick service meal, one table service meal, and 2 snack credits, plus refillable mugs while you stay there. So essentially you're prepaying for your dining before you go. So you don't have to worry about getting out cash for when you're standing in line, like Pecos spills or anything like that. It's just nice and simple.
Well, and it's great too when you have kids with you because they're always hungry.
Yes.
Always hungry and always want a snack when you're not ready to have a snack. So when you have the Disney dining plan, which you can only get when you're staying on property, is the kids get 2 snacks each. So you're not even thinking about it. You're not worrying how much that snack costs because you've already prepaid. You can even, if you have older kids, they can tap their own magic band, get their snack, and move on their way. Another quick and easy way to spend your days at Disney World.
Yes. And with Universal, a big pro that they have is priority seating. So when you stay at one of their deluxe resorts, you actually get priority seating. So if you walk up to, say, Toothsome's, which is a big popular restaurant in City Walk there, you can tell them that you are staying at the resort, you have priority seating, and you aren't waiting 45 minutes for your table. You might only wait 5 minutes, or you might be seated right away. And that's a great perk for staying on property at Universal, getting rid of those lines and waits for a table.
It certainly is. And then that's a lot of time that you could save by being in the parks a little bit longer instead of waiting in line for a restaurant.
Exactly. Yeah. And we all know that we get a little hangry when we're there.
Oh, just a little bit hangry. And another great thing that we sometimes don't mention, but it's a great perk for a lot of people for a Disney dining plan, is those meals come with a cocktail for you adults.
Oh, yes.
So long days at the park, a nice glass of wine or a cold beer for lunch.
Oh,
perfect.
So nice. Needed sometimes.
Very needed, yes.
Okay.
And I don't know about you, Hillary, but when I go on vacation, I want all the rest of the world to be left behind, and I want to be in a perfect vacation bubble.
Yes, it's so true. With Disney and Universal, it's so easy to kind of block everything else out. So for Disney, as soon as you hop on that Magical Express, you are surrounded by all things Disney. The bus looks like a Disney bus. You're watching those Disney cartoons. Disney music starts playing. Everything just becomes about your vacation. You don't even have to turn on the news. As soon as you turn on that TV it's
going to be Disney TV.
Exactly.
It's fantastic.
Stacy's on there telling you all about the new Disney things. And it's great. So you can just really block everything out and truly relax and enjoy yourself.
Yes, and I find the same thing at Universal. It's a little different, and you don't have all the characters right away, but you feel like you've just been transported to a whole different world. You're automatically relaxed. You see all those great drinks and the great pools, and you know you're on vacation. You're not fighting traffic. You're not having to pay for things constantly. You're in a nice vacation bubble.
Yeah, and I think a big part of what makes that happen is the cast members or the team members that are at both Disney and Universal. So I'm a little biased because I was a cast member myself, but cast members and team members are so knowledgeable and so helpful. If you need anything on your vacation, you can just walk down to the lobby or call down and they will help you. They will figure out if you need a dining reservation, they will help you out. If you've lost something, they will help you out. And they can really make your vacation a lot more comfortable and a lot more easy. And I think that helps with keeping you in that Disney bubble. And it just adds to that experience of relaxing and knowing everything's going to be okay.
Yes, and so many, like you say, the cast members, and I know you were probably the same, you get to see a lot of the same guests over and over again, so they actually honestly care about you having a good time, and they want to make things right if something does by chance go wrong, and they can help you with any questions you have, like you said, or help you get to where you need to go with the most effective way. They really are the on-site people to help you out, which you just don't get when you're staying off property.
Exactly. And I think overall, one of the biggest things that you're going to experience if you stay on property is some money savings. I know it is very important that when you book a Disney vacation, sometimes, and Universal, sometimes that initial sticker shock it's a little much, especially when you compare it to staying at
off property, like a condo or an outside resort. Exactly.
But I think, Jen, you brought up a really good point about you'll make up the difference in other ways.
Yeah, exactly. I just find that when you see the lower price at a off-property resort, you automatically think, oh great, I'm going to save so much money and this is going to be cheaper. But what you aren't taking into consideration is a lot of things that are included in a package, as well as how much it's going to cost you to rent a car, get insurance for that car, and pay parking at both the resort and at the parks when you go there. So you're not really always saving that kind of money. And what you're also wasting a lot of, honestly, is time. We all know we all save all year for our family vacations, and we want every moment to be packed full of fun and adventure and family memories. So there's a big difference. So it's a good thing to compare, because when you're comparing a Disney property or a Universal property to an off-site property, you're really not comparing apples to apples. So maybe take an extra look at that and go by with a lot of things Hillary and I have said today that make really staying at a Disney resort or a Universal resort a more effective, easier,
and magical
vacation.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell for the notifications of when we post next. So have a great day, everyone.